Welcome to the channel and our continuing playthrough of Atlantic Chase, and this is the Decision at Sea scenario, and the story so far is that we want to get our convoy, the British, we want to get our convoys to their destinations, but also sink German ships should they appear, and they have. We have one unidentified task force up there, but worst of all, we have the Scharnhorst and the Gneisenau, two very formidable battle cruisers, threatening us. And if I don't want to lose a whole bunch of victory points, I need to get them off the map somehow, some way, preferably by sending them to the bottom of the ocean. Okay, that is the story so far. However, a couple corrections. The first one I caught and actually edited it in the video and showed it. When I was doing an engage action on trying to find these guys, I rolled 10, which should have been a skirmish, but I forgot to factor in the -1 from the interruption roll. So that would have been a 9, that would have been a miss. That meant that there would not have been a contact marker. And that's an easy fix. Okay. And the second error I made, minor error, and it was one I found just after I hit the publish button. Isn't that always the way? And just for a little grimy kind of a story here. I remember someone I personally knew published this book. This is Bradley Burzer's J.R.R. Tolkien's Sanctifying Myth, which I highly recommend. This was written when the first Peter Jackson film came out, and he was very favorable of it, although I believe later he kind of soured. But anyway, I remember the reason I brought that up is because I got, the first printing of the book, and I'm going through it and I'm looking in the endnotes and I'm like, hey, that looks like an interesting source. And I said, okay, I'm going to look that up. And it turns out, I was like, why is this not showing up? Why can't I find it? And turns out the footnotes were all one off. And isn't that just the way? And I was the one that broke the bad news. I said, hey, dude, all the endnotes are one off. But anyway, it's a good book nonetheless. Anyway. That I don't know why I brought it up, but just because of I discovered this error, after I published it. But the error was, you may remember that I did an all pass, but I only time lapsed these two trajectories here, the brown and the double brown, dark brown. I forgot to do these, which I've already done since then. I've taken 2 off this one and 2 off that one. And that's a very good point. The all pass, the more trajectories that are on the board, the more powerful it is. So that has been corrected. Let's get on straight back to our action here. It's to the Germans. And last time we checked the weather, it is still good, but now we must check to see what they do. And once again, this will be a +1 die roll. 2. Now we've seen that one before. This is the airstrike action. Is anybody in the airstrike range of the Germans? Let me see here. Well, it turns out there is. I was apparently not paying attention when I was making these trajectories, because over here is a German airbase, and it's in range. Well, so we know what he's going to do. I'm all the way over here. I can't quite scrunch in to see here. Now, I could coordinate with the task force. It's also in the hex, which would give, he's going to roll with a +1, but if I coordinate, I would get a -1 for a 0 result. However, if I coordinate, I'll take him to the 0 column, which I don't think I want to do. I think I'd rather him roll on this one with a +1 than roll here with a 0 with no modifier. I think that's the right thing to do. So, the Germans send out their air. 4. Not today, man. 4 is a complete miss. All right. I like that a lot. All right. Time lapse does not apply here. And now we vie for the initiative with the airstrike. And we get it. All right. We beat them. All right. It goes back to us. Okay, the first thing I think I will do is get out of airstrike range. I really hate airstrikes. I hate them. I'll have to take 2 intel markers. But them's the breaks. I'd rather have those than be in airstrike range. Okay, let's make it look like a horse. Okay. Now for my second action, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a signals action up there on that thing while I still can, because that's going to disappear soon. So let's do that. Signals action, and really all that is literally this. And boom. And remember, important rule, intel markers are never on a station. Contact markers can be on a station, but not intel markers. So that's literally all there is to a signals action. And now it's time lapse. There's no one to, if you use a trajectory, I could time lapse someone in the hex. But that's not going to happen here. But the Germans get a chance to seize the initiative now. Seven. Nope. Okay, now I'm in a little pickle. What do I do? So I was thinking about doing an engage action up there, but that is just a one cruiser. And the best thing that can happen is if I identify that unidentified task force, is it'll be a battleship or a battleship and a cruiser, which would completely lunch the cruiser that I have, I suspect. So we're not really ready to do something like that. We got them up stationed there. We'll let them stew a bit. So we're back down here. And I was thinking of not doing them because I got him boxed in here. We kind of almost want him to make the first move. But I'm also trying to reorganize and get a bigger fleet for battles here. By the way, I made a mistake here. When he sees the initiative, I was supposed to roll to see if the AI wanted an evasive maneuvers marker. Well, I could still do that. I did a signals action over there. Well, he failed his, I already rolled the dice, so no, we're just going to have to live with that. Okay, what am I doing? Well, I'm still in airstrike range. So, and it's kind of burning up, but I think I'm going to go ahead and burn up my last all pass. That'll get them out of range, which I want to be. That's okay. Yeah, that's about as good as it is. Okay. So, this is a medium fleet, so we can remove 3. 1, 2, 3. He's out of airstrike range. And this one, I can remove 3, but there's only 2, and I cannot remove an intel marker without invoking the intel limit, but I don't want to leave only, well, that's 2. That would turn him into a, whoa, wait a minute. Let me think about this. I can invoke the intel limit. And there's no rule that says I have to eliminate the intel limit marker first, putting me in here. So instead, where are you? 1, 2, station. Okay. I still can't reorganize my fleet because you got to be everybody's got to be a station to do that. And so, well, we had to pass to the Germans. And this is what I love about this game, is you don't want to pass. You want to just keep doing stuff all day long. But, you know, to get stuff done, you got to pass sometimes. And this is one of those cases, and it's always those Fisher cut bait things. So I love the decisions you have to make in this game. Just a whole tree, I guess you can call it. Now, where are we? Oh, Germans. Are they going to roll for the weather? 5. It stays good. It's only on a 6 that it changes. Now, what are they going to do? Well, we're not going to do anything just yet because I almost forgot that same thing. I did an all pass, so these guys get to pass too. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, that guy's in completion range. But I got to remember the what's called rationing rule. I got to keep at least 3 trajectories of convoys on there. Whoops, put it in the wrong spot. Oh, my sticks are all out of order in the tray. Okay, so the Germans did that. And now we figure out what they do. Again, it's a +1 to this die roll. And this will be a 6, which is what's known as the X battleship result, which doesn't actually spit out battleships, by the way. Because you go to XBB, select a TF with a BB in it. If there's no TF with a BB in it, treat it as an XU German action table result, which is to select an unidentified TF. And so, yes, we have one up there north. And that's the guy that's going to move and try to bring a convoy to battle. Okay, he will trajectory to here. Ideally, the Germans would want to go here, but airstrike range. So they're going to go for this tail end shot here, which might yield up evasive maneuvers. But that's, what can you do? So let's set that up. And there it is. Now, they will execute a naval search on that convoy. They got an intel marker, so we get to roll on the interrupt. 4, not very impressive. 0 modifier. Our naval search. Their naval search. Let's count up some trajectories. 12 trajectories. We are on the 10 to 15 column. And they search. Terribly. That is going to be the early-late result, which is just going to do nothing except spit up an evasive... sorry. Getting wild with the camera there. Spit up an evasive maneuvers marker for this test. My first convoy. The Germans, of course, will get the time lapse. They're going to invoke the intel limit. Like so. Whoops! Lost the mines. Okay. Like so. Okay. And now I get a chance to seize the initiative. No modifiers to this. Hey. Ooh, yeah. Fat 10. And then the initiative shifts back to us. All right, let's just do a quick weather check. 2, the weather will remain good. And that is going to be my stopping place. Tune in next time as we continue with our little cat and mouse between an unidentified task force out there of the Germans and the Scheinhurst and the Gneisenau. We're going to try to figure out how we can bring them to battle and put them into the bottom of the sea. Thanks for watching.